So now it's time to create your first piece of AI art. You've come into Discord, you've created your account, you've found the Midjourney bot, and you're in the feed like this. So the first thing you need to do is come down to the message box at the bottom and type /imagine. And as you type that, Discord will suggest what you want to put in, and it will come up with this imagine prompt. So you can click on that or press enter. Once you've done that, a second box will appear, which is called prompt. So the first part of typing imagine is just to let Midjourney know that you would like to create a piece of art. The second part, which is prompt, is where you're going to put the basis or the inspiration for your artwork in. And right now, I want you to go ahead and put anything you like inside of this box. It can literally be anything, and sometimes very simple prompts, very simple pieces of inspiration can work wonders. So you can put something in. I'm going to put in warrior ostrich. And now you've sent this message to the Midjourney Discord channel, and you're going to be able to see in real time the algorithm generating your artwork from this prompt. It will give you a percentage update of how far through the process it is, and it will tell you if it's using the fast or the relaxed mode. The first time you enter a prompt, you will get 4 variation options, and these will come up in this square grid. It takes about a minute to a minute and a half to generate the 4 options. And in that time, you're also able to submit another command if you would like. Once this is loaded, you can then click on the image and it will go into full screen. And there we have it, 4 ostrich warriors. I'm quite enjoying these artworks. Very beautiful looking, slightly intimidating ostrich. And so now you will notice underneath the image you have a series of letters and numbers, and I'm going to explain what these do. The first row, which is a letter U followed by the numbers 1 to 4, gives you the option to select one of the 4 images that you've created and upscale it to enhance it. So it will take one of these images, put it back through the algorithm, and add more detail, more resolution, more features to this image. Let's choose one of these and I'll show you how it works. We'll go with number 4, I quite enjoyed this one. And we will also go with number 1. So U1 relates to the image in the top left-hand corner. U2 is for the image in the top right-hand corner. And U3 is for the bottom left. And U4 is for the bottom right. So I've chosen to upscale the first and the final image. These will now go back into the chat and you can see them being upscaled in real time. This is one of my favorite parts because you take real concept and start to add some detail to it and understand what is the real potential of the artwork that you're creating. I'm very excited to see how this ostrich warrior is going to come out. So we're going to, you can also click on one of these and it will go full screen and you can watch it in real time, adding more and more detail. And as we can see here, it's added a lot of texture, some mottling to the background, higher definition in this grass at the front here. And I'm very impressed with this surreal, fantasy-like ostrich with 2 large beaks coming out, and this symmetrical composition is working really well. So now that one's finished, and we also have a look at the other option that I upscaled, which is this ostrich. He's looking almost like a cyborg ostrich, this one. Slightly robotic, but there are some really nice features and details that have been added by the algorithm, like the hay and the hair flying in the wind. Right, now we get new options based on these variations that have been created. The first one is make variations. So I would like you to go ahead and have a go at trying that one out, because what that one does is it creates other variations from the image that you've used. So it will take number 4 from the original prompt, and it will then take that and create new variations based on this. So we can see this is coming out, and it's taken the base theme of the image, this centralized fluffy figure, and it's varied the additional elements in the piece. Like this one only has one beak, and the style of the beaks in the others have been changed as well. The next option is you also can upscale it again. This upscales the image to the absolute maximum that's possible inside of Midjourney. So let's go ahead and try that out. So take that, click it on your own artwork. Now, one thing to bear in mind is upscaling to the max, it takes longer than it does to generate 4 initial images. This can take up to 2 or 3 minutes in some cases. You also have the option to light upscale redo, which is where it does the previous command of upscaling your image again. So we'll also show you what that looks like. Now you can notice that I'm able to run simultaneously a number of jobs inside of Midjourney. There is a limit to how many you can do at one time, and once you reach that limit, it will start to queue your images for you. There is also a limit for queued images. And after you have reached the maximum amount of images queued, you won't be able to send any more commands to Midjourney until some of your jobs have finished. So let's take a look at our ostrich warrior being upscaled to the maximum. As you can see, it's taking a little bit longer than it does to generate the initial images. So this is the maximum upscaling of our ostrich warrior. We can compare that. Yeah, so let's take a closer look at the differences in upscaling between upscaling to the max and the light upscale. So here are the 2 images. This is the upscale to the max, and this is upscale light. You can see that the difference here in these images is very minor. It's very difficult to actually see how much more detail has been added, but you can notice there is more intricate definition inside of the hairs of this ostrich piece. You can see that some of the mottling and the textures applied to the background are more distinct. And we can see, if we look closely, that the image size is 2.1 megabytes for the full scale upscale and 1.5 for the medium. The resolution for the full upscale is 1301 pixels by 1301. And for the light upscale, it's 1024 by 1024. So that's the difference between the light and the heavy upscale. If we come back into Midjourney, I'll show you the easiest way to download your images, which is simply clicking on an image and then right-clicking and coming to Save Image As. Another way to do this is to click on the Web button underneath the image, and you'll be taken to a new page that has your image. You'll be asked if you want to go there, and you say yes, yes I do. Here we have our image inside of the Midjourney app, and from there you have a few more options. You can copy some of the commands that you've had. You get to save your image and it will download it to your computer. You can also bookmark it for later and rate your own image. I will of course rate my own image superb. No, I shouldn't. I feel bad now. So if we come back to the Midjourney bot, you can also notice that you have the rating options below your image. These help the machine learn what is good and what is not. We also now have the other option, upscaled. Now if we come back to the original command, I will show you a couple of other features that are available here. The first is these rotating arrows. And what they do is they run the command again through Midjourney. Now I'd like you to go ahead and try this because the results can be very surprising. So now we've run the original command back through Midjourney. And what's incredible about this is that every time you ask Midjourney to run a command, it will come up with new solutions. So you can keep asking it to do the same command and get different results every time. I think this is one of the most important things about AI art. It's about asking the AI the same question again and again, and using your taste, using your aesthetic sensibilities to select those which are the most engaging, the ones which meet your requirements, and the ones which you want to develop further. It's like being given 100 answers to a question and being able to select the very best. Although all of these answers meet the requirements of the question, there are some which are going to stand out more. And as an artist, as a creative, your most important skill is developing, refining, and defining your own taste. So just to illustrate the difference in running the same prompt through Midjourney twice, here are those two outputs that I got. The first one is this one, and the second is this. And you can see that all of the images are different, and they use different compositions, different ratios, different sizes of the ostrich, and different color palettes. So I'd like you to experiment a little bit with playing with running the same command through Midjourney multiple times. So let's try something completely different. We'll type in our initial command again, which is /imagine, and we'll add a new prompt. We'll add fruit salad goddess. And we'll see what we get with this. So as before, we're running the program, we're able to watch it in real time, and then we will get the same options again. So to run through what they are, you will have the opportunity to upscale any of the images using the commands U1, U2, U3, U4. You have the option to rerun the command, and we have the options to create variations on each of the images. Now, this is coming from the letter V below the images. So the difference between asking Midjourney to rerun the entire command, which is pressing the arrows on the right-hand side, and asking it to give you variations only based on one of the options, which is by clicking the V plus the number. So if we select one of these, we'll go with V1, it will give us 4 new options that are going to be linked and based on this first image. Whereas tapping on the rotating arrows gives us 4 completely new options based on the original prompt. So we can see here already the 4 variations on the first image strongly resemble the composition, the colors, and the lady in this image. Whereas on using the repeat the command, we get 4 very different and new answers to our prompt. So there we have it. That is the basic commands for using Midjourney. In the next lesson, we're going to get a little bit more advanced and show you some of the more intricate and powerful features available in Midjourney.